Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Deshara and today I'll be making shrimp and grits. Okay, so today we're making shrimp and grits. What I've already done is cleaned and peeled all the shrimp and deveined them. I went ahead and seasoned it with some Old Bay, garlic powder, total seasoning, and the Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. This is the garlic powder, Old Bay, Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning, and the total seasoning by Goya. Right here I have 2 cups of milk. I'm gonna use probably 1 cup of water. That's how I like to make my grits because it makes it more creamier when you use milk. I have some butter, some all-purpose flour, and of course my grits, and also Gravy Masters. If you have Kitchen Bouquet, use that. You can really use any gravy that you like. I make mine from scratch. I just like to add this for browning and it kind of tastes good too. Alright, so I am just going to mix all these seasonings on my shrimp. You know, you don't need too much seasoning with shrimp because you'll make them super salty if you use a lot. But this seasoning has been like marinating on these shrimp for about 20 minutes. And this is what it looks like. Okay, so I'm gonna cut on my eye, my front eye, of course. I'm gonna cut that to like a medium high. So on mine, it is on 7. All right, I also got some bacon. I'm gonna fry the bacon first. Okay, so I'm just gonna put some bacon in the pan to fry. My pan ain't all the way hot yet. And I am gonna use about maybe 4 pieces of bacon. Use however much you like. And once that starts to fry, I'm gonna of course flip it so it browns good on both sides. Do not drain the grease. Keep the grease because that's what we're gonna be frying the shrimp in. So while I'm frying the bacon, I'm gonna go ahead and start on the grits. This is the 2 cups of milk that I have here. And you can put this on about an 8, and then I'm gonna add, I'm gonna do 2 cups of milk to 2 cups of water. And like I said, everybody don't do their grits like this. It's up to you how you make it. I just like using milk because I feel like it makes it creamier. I'm gonna add about a big spoonful of butter into it. Wait for it to come to a boil. Once the butter melts and the milk / water comes to a boil, then I'm going to use my whisk to whisk in the grits. Normally I do use like the fresh bell peppers and onions, but I don't have that, and I have this pepper stir fry. So this is what I'm gonna use, and I'm gonna add that. I'm just gonna add a little bit in to the bacon grease. Be careful because these are frozen and it's gonna shock the grease. So to this pot with the bacon grease and the onions and bell peppers, I'm gonna go ahead and add the shrimp that we already seasoned. And we are gonna cook these shrimp until they turn pink. Do not overcook them or they're gonna be rubbery, but don't undercook them either. So now that the butter has melted in with the milk, I'm gonna go ahead and add my grits. This is about 1 cup of grits that I'm adding, and I'm gonna whisk it in while I'm adding it. And if you do this, like if you whisk it in while you're adding the grits, it won't lump up on you. Normally, grits will lump up if, you know, you just pour it all in at one time. Right now, I am just flipping the shrimp. At the same time, I'm still whisking the grits so they don't pop up on me. Gotta multitask here, honey. It's hard. Ah! One is gone. Okay. We got to throw you back in the pot. Ah. Watch out. No man left behind. He tried to get out of the sink on us. Alright, and if y'all can see here, the grits are starting to thicken up.
Say it again.
But as y'all can see here, well, you can't really see it. Might look like it's a lot of liquid in here, but the grits, you can feel them thickening up. And I am gonna let them come to like a boil. I'm gonna turn it down probably to like 5 on my stove. Cover it with a lid and let them boil. Okay, this is about a half a cup of I'm gonna add some water to it, some hot water. This is gonna make my gravy. So not everybody makes a gravy on their shrimp and grits, but I like to. I think it tastes better. And of course, you know, you like a little bit of salt.
Come over to the regular.
Of the flour and water to this pot. Make sure you try to whisk out as much of the chunk. The amount of flour and water you use is completely up to you. It just depends on how much gravy you want to make. But I used about a half a cup of water. A half a cup of flour to probably like maybe a half a cup of water, but I'm probably gonna add a little bit more water in here because it is kind of thick and I want it to thin out just a little bit. Okay, and I am just adding water as I go. It is gonna be thicker at first, so you just add water to the amount that you like. When I get it to the consistency that I like, then I'll stop adding the water. But I'm using a whisk just so I don't have a whole lot of little lumps in here. And then what I'm gonna do really quick is go ahead and add my my gravy masters. So you don't have to turn it into a brown gravy. This is just my preference. I like it like that. So add as much as of the gravy mix to your liking. And I'm also gonna add some seasonings to it as well because we just use flour and water and that's it. And really nothing to flavor the gravy that you're making. So remember, you're going to have to season this really good. I'm going to turn this down to about a 3. This is how it should be looking. And if your stove does not have numbers, that's probably like a medium low. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. This is pretty good for me on what color it is. I'm gonna go ahead and add some seasoning salt. This is the Lawry's seasoning salt. I'm gonna use some accent. You know, y'all can't come to my channel and be like, oh, she using all that MSG and blah blah blah. I don't care about none of that. We don't die what they do. So I'm okay with that. And some black pepper. And you can really just, the way that I do it, I taste it as I go. If it need more seasoning, I'm gonna add some more seasoning. If it don't, then that's when I stop. So it's pretty good. And I'm also gonna add some salt in here. And the same seasonings that I added in the shrimp is what I'm gonna add here. So this is just the garlic powder, the Old Bay. I like a lot of Old Bay. The total seasoning. And the Tony Saturates. I'm almost out of that. Alright. And you can go ahead and cut the eye off and just let it sit. But that is the gravy and the shrimp part for your shrimp and grits. Okay, so this is the grits right here. Like I said, I like my grits creamy. They will thicken up once you take them off the eye. I'm gonna add another spoonful of butter because I like mine buttery. You can add more, you can add less, it's up to you. And then I'm gonna go ahead, some black pepper. I like a lot of pepper. And some Old Bay seasoning. The reason why I use Old Bay, I don't know, I like Old Bay in my grits, but especially when you're doing seafood, it make it taste like, I guess, more seafoodish. I don't know how to explain it, but my grits are pretty much done at this point. They are creamy, like really creamy. They look good. Once I turn off the eye, let them sit for a little bit, they are gonna thicken up really, really fast. And then I'm gonna put it together and show you guys. Okay, so this is the grits. You can add cheese to these if you want to, or add whatever else it is that you want to the grits. And this is my shrimp with the gravy. You're gonna add that on top of the grits, make it look all nice, make it taste good. Make sure you get a lot of shrimp in there. It's probably gonna sink to the bottom a little bit. All right, and I know y'all wonder where the bacon comes in. So this is where the bacon comes in. That bacon, and you're gonna crumble it on top of your shrimp and grits. I like a lot of bacon because of course bacon is good. Makes it taste real good. That's 2 pieces right there. I'm gonna add 3. Alright. And to make it look all pretty and stuff, I got some parsley. Just add some parsley to it. And that, my friend, is how you make shrimp and grits with gravy. Get into it. this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And for more videos, more ideas, go ahead and comment below of what you guys would like to see next.